Micah Parsons is the biggest name being talked about in the NFL world, with the trade request already looming on the Dallas Cowboys to make a move. Will the Arizona Cardinals be interested in a superstar edge rusher that's still 26 years old? And is it actually realistic for them to make a move? Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack up that like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. On this channel, we're covering the Arizona Cardinals news, breaking news, conversational pieces, everything surrounding your favorite team. So subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. If you guys are living under a rock or if you do not follow any NFL news, the biggest storyline right now is what are the Dallas Cowboys going to do with superstar edge rusher, young edge rusher in Micah Parsons. He requested a trade, and a big talking point amongst most teams in the NFL right now is my team interested, right? Now we're going to be diving into that here pretty soon, but I want to go ahead and I'll give you some sort of update for the Arizona Cardinals. If you guys were not aware, 16th overall pick Walter Nolan III, he ended up making a post on his official Instagram yesterday, and he ended up captioning it, "Be right back." So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my post here that I ended up posting on my X/Twitter page, basically letting you guys know that, hey, Walter Nolan might be back sooner than we think. Now, is he going to be available for preseason? I mean, honestly, I don't really want to rush him until he's like 110% ready to go, because I want to see him here in week one, especially if he's 100%. But this is a breath of fresh air. I know there's a lot of Cardinal fans that feel a little deja vu with the idea that Darius Robinson, another first round pick last year, kind of dealt with another calf injury. But there's some kind of rumors out there that this calf injury from Walter Nolan isn't as bad as Darius Robinson was last year. And I actually seen Walter Nolan in multiple different practices, obviously not in a uniform or anything like that, but he's walking pretty normal, but he's got that sleeve on his calf, rehabbing it. So I think he's probably going to get here a lot sooner than most people think. So hallelujah. That's definitely really good news. We'll have to kind of wait to see what the Arizona Cardinals officially say. But let's dive right into the Micah Parsons situation. If you guys do not know, Micah Parsons ended up releasing a statement on his official X/Twitter page, letting everybody know that he wants out of Dallas. Now, it was captioned, "Thank you, Dallas," and pretty much in a summary saying that he did not like the way that things were being done, right? The miscommunications between the Dallas Cowboys team and his agent, although there was kind of a verbal agreement. Micah Parsons says, "No, you got to go ahead and reach out to my sports agent," and it's just a whole big mess here in Dallas. Now, I want to go ahead and make sure that I preface that the Dallas Cowboys are very known for making a extension very late into almost the season. Let's not forget that, Dak Prescott ended up signing his extension in September, and then CeeDee Lamb was dealing with almost something very similar last year, and he ended up getting signed in late August of 2024. So the Dallas Cowboys have a very specific way of doing things. So we might be living in a world where Micah Parsons might truly get paid, and of course, all of this big storyline kind of gets swept under the rug, and then we're all talking about, okay, Micah Parsons is now signing a massive deal, and rightfully so. He's 26 years old. He deserves every single bit of a contract extension. He absolutely deserves it. Since he's been in the league in 2021, he had 13 sacks in his rookie year, 13.5 sacks in 2022, 14 sacks in 2023, and in 2024 when things were lost, but the defense was still kicking, he still had 12 sacks. So every single year he's been in the league, he's been nothing but a monster. And like I said, we're seeing a lot of these edge rushers like TJ Watt, as well as Myles Garrett being paid, and they're 30. You still have 4 years of Micah Parsons before he even hits 30 years old. So it would be smart that the Dallas Cowboys actually did this earlier when he wanted it. He actually said that he wanted it last year. And guess what? The Cowboys would have saved money if they did it last year. But of course, Jerry Jones and how they do business, they are very egotistical and very, it's my way or the highway. So now it's going to be up to them. If they do decide to pay him, they are going to have to pay a much more premium price on Micah Parsons. But let's dive right into, are the Arizona Cardinals interested, or should the Arizona Cardinals be interested in a said Micah Parsons? Now, I've seen a lot of comments out there from Cardinal fans saying, "Oh, we already got Josh Sweat. we already got Zaven Collins. We already got Baron Browning being signed up. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very clear. Micah Parsons is one of the best slash youngest edge rushers that we've seen in the NFL for multiple years and years and years. This is not going to be one of those things where you can say, I got Baron Browning, we're okay. We got BJ Ojolari, we're okay. No, Micah Parsons has proven year in and year out and been able to stay healthy year in and year out to be one of the best pass rushers and up there with TJ Watt and Myles Garrett, right? So I don't want to hear anybody come out there say that, we got these guys, so we're okay. No, the job of the general managers is to leave no stones unturned, right? We've heard Monty Osfort and Jonathan Gannon say this. I really hope that at least a call was made to the Dallas Cowboys to kind of figure out what would it take to bring in a Micah Parsons to this roster. But a move like this for the Cardinals would be absolutely blockbuster. It will tell the whole entire NFL that we are ready to compete. Now, of course, I would rather see an offensive player being traded over to the Arizona Cardinals, like a said Terry McLaurin, or maybe even bringing in a Keenan Allen or a Amari Cooper. But it seems like the Arizona Cardinals might be confident with the wide receiving core we currently have going into 2025. But adding another piece like this is almost kind of like a no-brainer for me, right? Now, let's talk about what will it take for the Arizona Cardinals to do something like this. Now, of course, every trade package is going to be different for everybody, right? Everybody's got an entitled to their own opinion. Some people say that it might take 3 first-round picks, and rightfully so. It might take 3 first-round picks to bring him to your favorite NFL team. But this is a package that I went ahead and created. It might be very undervalued, but you also got to keep in mind that this guy might get paid top tier money. Like the team that's going to trade for him, they're going to be out on a lot of cap hit. They're going to get hit with a lot of cap hit. Let's pretty much say that, right? But this is how I feel like what it will take. A first round pick is obviously a no brainer. Now, would it take two first round picks? Potentially, right? But this is kind of what I'm seeing here. Maybe a first round pick and multiple second round picks. Now, it can be 2 second round picks, 3 second round picks, really depending on what the Cowboys really want kind of in return. Now, for us specifically, if you look at the Arizona Cardinals depth chart, we do got some potential, right? Outside of obviously Josh Sweat being our number one guy. We got Zaven Collins, BJ Ojolari, which really still hasn't really shown us very much. You got Dante Stills, which I really don't want to let go. I like Dante Stills a lot. I think he's going to be an absolute beast. We also got Jordan Birch as well as LJ Collier. And then, of course, Darius Robinson and Justin Jones. But when it really kind of comes down to those edge rushers that we have for the Arizona Cardinals, now, what will it take? To me, an edge player does got to get thrown into the mix, right? If you are going to entice them with, hey, BJ Ojolari is just being, we're being smart with him. That's why we put him on the pup list. We don't want him to have any football activity until the start of the regular season. Maybe BJ Ojolari, which was a second round pick a few years back. Now, his biggest knock is that he's not able to stay healthy, right? If you could throw him in a package, or hey, maybe even Zaven Collins, which was a former first round pick, definitely multiple years back, and then he received an extension with the Arizona Cardinals. This can definitely very well be something that the Dallas Cowboys can potentially be interested in. Now, like I said, it probably is going to be 2 first round picks and maybe multiple second round picks, or maybe 2 first round picks, a second round pick, and a third round pick in a player, right? Like I said, the trade packages vary. It really just depends on what their general manager, the Jones family, as well as if Monty Ossenfort is truly involved, what they agree on, right? We've seen multiple blockbuster trades go down, and some people say, well, this team got fleeced or this team got fleeced, right? But at the end of the day, if you're getting a player like Micah Parsons, you're telling the NFL that you are ready to compete and that you are ready to make a deep playoff push and potentially a chance at the Lombardi. That's what you're really kind of going in for every single year, right? Now, is this a Monty Ossenfort move? I hate talking about this, but this is a realistic thing that we need to talk about as Cardinal fans, because since we've seen Monty Ossenfort here, we haven't seen a big blockbuster trade move like this. So does it seem realistic? Probably not for the Cardinals because of Monty Ossenfort and the trends that he's been doing. I like Monty Ossenfort. I truly do. I like what he's done in the draft. I like what he's done this year in free agency. What I like for him to kind of get, I guess more seasoned at, or kind of give us a little bit more, is the trade market, right? And getting a little bit more value for the trade market. And I think this would be a huge move for Monty Ossenfort to kind of come out here going into his year 3 and really kind of show the NFL world that, hey, we are going to contend as an Arizona Cardinal team. Now, is this a long shot? Yeah, it could be, right? The Dallas Cowboys could be waiting till the end of August or maybe bleed into the beginning of September to really pay their superstar edge rusher. That's a realistic possibility as well. We've seen the Joneses and the Dallas Cowboys work this way as well. So, what are the chances he's going to be moved off of? I mean, probably 35, maybe 40%, if I can go ahead and put a marker on there, just because of what he said and the big statement that we've seen from Micah Parsons. But also keep in mind, Myles Garrett also put a statement out there as well. And guess what? Since he got paid, that statement was thrown away and kind of thrown into the frying pan or the trash, right? So there's going to be another thing where Micah Parsons just might want to kind of be respected and get the deal done already, right? He wants to focus on football. And I'm kind of glad as an Arizona Cardinal fan where you don't really have to deal with these type of things anymore. At least as of right now, we don't have to deal with those type of things. But all the drama outside football really isn't necessary, but definitely creates big headlines, which that seems what the Cowboys are trying to do. So let's see what the Arizona Cardinals will do. But am I, right? Do I, as an Arizona Cardinal fan, want Micah Parsons to be an Arizona Cardinal? 110%. 110%. I feel like the Arizona Cardinals should do something like this to kind of make a statement to the NFL and really kind of go in and show that we are a contending team, because this year is big. Believe it or not, year 3 of Jonathan Gannon, Drew Petzing is a big, massive year for this team to take the next step. And the next step is playoffs, right? And win a playoff game. That's the next step. There's a lot of eyes on Kyler. There's a lot of eyes on this coaching staff, which we've already seen that the national media doesn't really look at the Cardinals coaching staff as one of the best. I believe last time I looked, we were ranked number 23rd per ESPN. So there's a lot of people really looking at the Arizona Cardinals to take the next step, and it's up to them. It's up to the Cardinals to really, really come out here and prove that they can do it, right? Now, if the Cardinals were to do something like this, right? Let's say we live in a world that good things happen to the Cardinals, right? Let's say we live in that world. Let's talk about what it would cost, right? What it will cost for us to you lose draft capital, and B, you have to pay him, right? That's why this whole issue is an issue, because he wants to get paid. So let's go ahead and dive into over the cap and let's figure out what the highest paid edge rusher currently is right now. Now, shout out here to Over the Cap. They got all these breakdowns. It's absolutely wonderful. A great tool that I like to use. As of right now, the Arizona Cardinals are, I believe, the 4th or the 5th highest in amount of cap space in 2025. We got $35.4 million on average this year. So do we have the money? Yes, we got money. Will the Cardinals spend it? We'll have to kind of wait and see how that shakes out, right? But as of right now, the top tier paid edge rusher is 31-year-old TJ Watt, which is a very, very, very good player, right? Now, he's getting paid an average of $41 million a year. It's only going to get much more expensive for these edge rushers. It really is. It's only going to get much more expensive. Myles Garrett, the number 2 at $40 million a year. You also got Danielle Hunter, which is also 31 years old, and he's getting paid $35.6 million a year. Right now, obviously, every contract is different. You got Myles Garrett with 160 total value, TJ Watt with 123 total value, and then the guaranteed salary is different as well. So just kind of really depending on what you, and I'm talking about the specific player, right? What they value of, do they want the security? Do they want more up front? What exactly are they looking for, right? But that is going to be what the market is going to entail. And guess what? Like I mentioned before, Micah Parsons is 26 years old. He's younger than most of these guys on this list. That means you have at least 4 years of him on your roster before he turns 30. Like, that's absolutely insane. So the Cardinals should be in on a Micah Parsons. Now, will they? That's going to be a question that Monty Austinfort is going to have to provide to us. Right now, did we make a lot of moves this offseason, primarily on the defensive side of the ball? We did, right? We extended Baron Browning. Or actually, we ended up bringing in Baron Browning back and gave him more money. And then we ended up signing Josh Sweat. But think about it. What would you rather have, right? Josh Sweat on the outside and Baron Browning plus Zayvon Collins, or maybe even B.J. Ojulari? Or would you rather have Josh Sweat and Micah Parsons on the other side, right? Now, of course, when doing a move like this, there's going to be a lot of repercussions later on, right? Which means if somebody else wants to get paid, you got to be very, very frugal with the way that you do things and extend people. So that will affect other players if the Cardinals were to make a move like this. So it's not just we're playing Madden and we're going to throw money around just because we got the money, but you also got to think of the long term, right? Are we going to have enough to pay, Paris Johnson Jr., right? Are we going to have enough to pay a lot of these young guys that the Cardinals are making a big, a focal point on this team moving forward? So that's the also type of thing you got to really be clever and creative with in a contract that's really kind of going to get you to not really hamstring yourself, for the future. Now, this move might be one of those things that might hamstring you, but if you're really going for it this year, you might as well kind of go all in. But let's see what Monty Ford decides to do. He doesn't really seem to be one of those guys that make big splashy moves. We've already seen it time and time again, but let's see. Only time will tell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cardinals.